In this video, I'm gonna react and review to your predictions for the upcoming chapter 11 and 64. So if you wanna be included in the upcoming predictions for the upcoming chapters, make sure to follow me on X. And before I get into the video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like daily One Piece content, because I'm sure you fall in love with this channel. I'm here every day, bro, doing hints, leaks, chapter reviews, theories, predictions, reading your stuff, whatever, okay? And I'll be there for tomorrow's hints. And I think today we'll get some hints as well on Sunday, so I'll do another video for that, okay? So double upload today, and let's get into your predictions. My prediction for chapter 11 and 64 is that Whitebeard would be the one to save Teach, and Harold would transport him to a remote island maybe, and Zebek kills Eris. There's so many death flags for Eris, it's insane. You know what? Actually, the idea of Whitebeard saving Teach is actually insane, that I have never even thought about it. Honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen, because we all know that what happened in the future, that Blackbeard actually killed Whitebeard. So it would be, I don't think we would be able to take it if Whitebeard was the one who saved Blackbeard, and then in the future Blackbeard was the one who killed. I don't think we're ready for that, okay? But Harold will transport Blackbeard into a remote island. I don't know. The other, okay, maybe, but I don't think Zebek would kill Eris. That scenario would be, I don't think we're ready to see that as well. So I don't think that scenario would possibly be happening. But Whitebeard saving Teach is a holy shit situation, honestly. I think Garb and Roger focus on Demon Rocks to stop him from killing his family. And Whitebeard, Big Mom and Kaido helps to stop Holy Knights, and Emu goes back to Morijua due to someone's terrible conqueror's haki, and Rocks come back to his senses, and his soul leave from his body and goes inside Teach. Okay, so this is not only it's not only prediction, that's a theory as well, which if it happens, it's gonna be genuinely insane. Okay, so technically Rocks would not have been dead, so he's technically alive. Okay, that's a crazy theory in my opinion, but the other stuff that you said in your predictions, I think it makes sense, especially that Emu goes to Morijua. I think that would happen. Whitebeard, Big Mom and Kaido trying to stop the Holy Knights, that's possible as well. So yeah, I think that's a pretty decent prediction, except for the theory, if it happens, you're insane, okay? The chapter will end with Harold pulling up, or Rocks getting a little bit of humanity back. So many people said the idea of Rocks kinda getting his humanity back. I understand that, okay? I think he would try to resist his demon form. That is possible, but him getting his humanity back, I don't think that's possible, because, like, to be fair, Oda kinda struggled on how, like, the idea on how to kill Rocks. So now he finally did this scenario. He's not gonna go back to Rocks being a human being again. Like, even though, like, you're saying a little bit of humanity, that's a huge amount of Rocks power, right? So I don't think Rocks being a human again is possible. I think Oda finally, like, in his mind, he finally did this scenario, so he's not going back. And Harold pulling up, yes, I do see this possibility happening, but at the same time, what would he even do? Like, the whole God Valley incident and the whole mission of Rocks to Zebek in, like, Harold's, because Harold, let's say, if he's gonna pull up, he's gonna pull up for Rocks to save Rocks, right? Now Rocks is technically like a demon, he's dead. So, like, for the story, like, purposes, why would you even, like, make Harold come this late? I don't think that's gonna happen. So maybe Harold will not even go to God Valley, in my opinion. We will learn more about Davy Clan. Roger will try to stop Zebek, as we have seen in Kuma's backstory. You mean that a panel where Roger was saying, "Oh, Rocks," and Rocks was like, "Roger, it's not your time, like, leave me alone," something like that, okay? Yes, we haven't seen that panel yet from Kuma's backstory, so maybe we'll see in the upcoming chapter, which is Roger, Rocks going to kill his family, and Roger is trying to stop him, which is a whole insane plot twist, right? So we will learn about the Davy Clan, hopefully, but from who? Like, I don't think Emu will be talking to Roger, Garb, these guys, telling them about the Davy Clan, and Rocks to Zebek is technically gone, so who's gonna tell us about the Davy Clan? I mean, maybe there's a possibility of your prediction happening, but who's gonna tell us about the Davy clan, right? While transformed, Zebek is able to resist somewhat the mind control of Domi Reversi and begs Roger and Garb to put him down while revealing things about Joy Boy, Emu, and maybe Davy Jones. That's why Roger, Kaido, Big Mom started to get road poneglyphs and be interested in Joy Boy. Dude, the absolute perfect scenario, bro. 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna even say anything about that. 10 out of 10. If this happens, absolute peak chapter. The absolute best prediction, bro. I got nothing to say about that. This is the perfect prediction. Rox turned into a demon and tries to kill his family. Then Garb and Roger teams up and then kills Rox. After the death of Zebek, Emu leaves Saturn's body and returns to his garden. Lol. And yeah, one more thing, Harold might pull up to God Valley. We talked about the Harold pulling up to God Valley. I mean, the scenario that you said and the prediction is kind of like the typical one. I think that's the most anticipated one. I think that's the most logical one to predict. And yes, I think that's gonna happen, okay? And yeah, I think Emu will leave Saturn's body and return to Marijua, I think, in the beginning of the chapter, because Emu technically did its own mission, right? Like, Emu went to God Valley for the sake of this mission to finally kill Rox, and this is it. He turned into his demon form. That's it. Go back to Marijua. I think in the beginning of the chapter, maybe we'll see that. Maybe like in the beginning of the chapter, we'll see like Roger, Garb, and these guys like trying to attack Emu-sama again, like for the one final attempt. They will fail, and boom, Emu is back to Marijua. Maybe that's the case, I think. Oda need to show good Roger and Garb fight. You mean Roger versus Garb? I don't think we're expected to see that in the upcoming chapter. I mean, if you mean in general, okay, that's in general. But if you mean in the upcoming chapter, I don't think that's. I mean, why would they even fight? Like, they're literally like seeing the absolute demon in front of them, which is Emu-sama. I don't think that's the time or the place to be fighting each other, right? So, or if you mean Roger and Garb versus Rox Zebek, yeah, I mean, it should happen, right? I mean, it should absolutely happen in the upcoming chapter, maybe 11 and 65. I think, hopefully there's no break next week. So if there's no break, so technically chapter 1165 will be break. So in 3 weeks, perhaps. Blackbeard mom will die. Roger will protect Blackbeard and defeat Rox. You kinda left Garb there, like what would Garb be doing as well, because we know that Sengoku said that Roger and Garb teamed up versus Rox Zebek, so this is gonna happen. If you mean both of them will protect Blackbeard and defeat Rox, yeah, but I don't think they will be protecting Blackbeard because they're kinda like so far away from each other. Maybe it would be like Zebek running towards his wife and his kid, and Roger and Garb trying to fight him while like telling Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom try to defend or protect Eris and Blackbeard, or teach. He hasn't become Blackbeard yet, right? So that's, I think, the perfect scenario, because like they got Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom, especially they weren't at their prime. Yeah, they got no chance versus Rox Zebek. So Roger and Garb versus Zebek makes so much sense, and the other trying to protect Eris and Blackbeard or teach as well makes so much sense in my opinion. Zebek trying to resist Domi Reversi. Yes, hopefully yes. Maybe, yeah, Oda will try to give us like a little bit of, yeah, maybe Rox will go back to his humanity form or whatever, but he will not be able to. So this is kinda, will be like a relief that, oh, at least like Rox tried, or he was so special and so powerful that no man like in One Piece history ever like was able to even resist the Domi Reversi, like trying to go back to his humanity form. So yeah, that would be like a huge thing for Rox Zebek maybe. Rox goes crazy and starts fighting everyone. First he attacks Garb and Roger and then Whitebeard. They defend themselves and Whitebeard tries to get him back to his senses. It works and Demon Rox turns back to Emu. In an epic double page, he damages Emu. Chapter ends with Emu getting angry. Rox could be able to come to his senses because he's a D, or maybe because he's Rox. And the demon's always getting bigger and stronger. That's why he is strong enough to damage Emu-sama. I mean, that's a hell of a prediction, okay? That's a hell of a prediction. I don't see it possible. Like, I think this is it for Rox. Like, the scenario of Rox turning into demon, this is it for Rox. There's no way he's getting back, right? I don't think that's possible. Like, the whole God Valley incident with emo inclusion in here and all that, this is it. I don't think we're gonna get back into Rox getting back into his human form, trying to fight Emu-sama, all that. I don't think that's gonna happen in my opinion. I mean, that's a pretty great like prediction. Like, if this happens, I would be so happy to see Rox like being back and trying to fight Emu as well, and we see more from Emu in the chapter as well, like more from Rox and Emu. That would be absolutely incredible. But do I see this like possibly happening? Unfortunately not, but absolutely amazing prediction. And I think this is it. Like, most of the predictions are like Rox will try to resist, Garb and Roger versus Rox. So I think pretty much the upcoming chapter, I'm not gonna say predictable because Oda will always like play with us when it comes to these type of like chapters. I know we're gonna see something huge that we haven't even like expected to see in the upcoming chapter, but the scenario of Rox resisting and Garb Roger versus Rox, that's everyone, like in everyone's mind, and we all think that is gonna happen in the upcoming chapter. So I think pretty decent. Like, I loved all your predictions. Some of your predictions were insane. Like, if it happens, if these predictions happen, it's gonna genuinely be absolutely amazing and insane, right? So I guess that's it, guys. Write in the comments what you guys think about the predictions and write your prediction for the upcoming chapter. Like this video, that stuff. I'll be here today on a double upload video if we get some like hints, and I'll be there tomorrow, of course, for the hints that we're gonna get on Monday. So thank you guys. Mwah.